Hello, people of the world. It is Sunday. Sunday, the 13th of October, 2024. And that can only mean 8 things. One of which is the Ben Briggs podcast is being recorded right here, right now. So, welcome. How are you? Rhetorical question, he says. Not really wanting, needing, or interested in an answer. Not that that's capable at all. Anyway, how are you in yourselves? Are you all right? Are you keeping yourselves well? Yeah? Mental health all good? Physical health well? Excellent. That's what we like to hear. It has been a fun-packed week here at Briggs Towers and outside. I have to let you know. It's been quite a busy week for me this week. I hope you've had a good week. It's fucking cold. That has been the defining factor of this week, I think. Summer's over. Summer's over. He says in his best John Wayne accent, summer's over. Summer is over officially. It is fucking cold now in the mornings going out. I don't know what time of the day you people wake up or what the weather is like where you are. But here, summer's over. It's fucking chilly. It's been cold all fucking day today. And I am still cold here at Briggs Towers because I flatly refuse to be the kind of pussy-ass motherfucker who puts on the heating in October. So I usually wait until December. So until then, I am wrapped up 18 pairs of socks, 6 pairs of box shorts, 5 T-shirts. This may not all be true. These may be lies just to make myself sound more interesting or more eccentric than I am. But it is fucking cold. I like a nice crisp morning. I must admit, I do like a nice crisp wintry sort of like morning. I like a bit of snow on the ground. I love all that shit. But it has been pissing down now for about the last 3 weeks. Pissing, I tell you. And it's got to stop, hasn't it? It's got to stop. We need like an Indian summer, like round about now. We're not going to get it. This is the depressing thing about this country. You know for a fucking fact it's not going to be sunny or nice again for about another 6 or 7 months. And then it will be like nice for a couple of days, then rainy, nice for a couple of days, and then rainy. That's it. The older I get, the more I want to move abroad, just to a hot climate, where my money I've got goes a lot further than it does over here. You know, grab myself a little shack. I'm never going to do this, by the way. I just want to... It's one of those fucking pipe dreams that everybody has. Maybe if I move to a warmer climate, you know, I can get a little hut, set up a little bar on the beach, you know, get some poontang around me, and live my life. But I wouldn't be happy like that. I'd be bored out of my fucking brain. I'd start getting annoyed with the customers. I'd be the arsey guy who runs the bar. Nobody comes to me. I'm destitute, I'm poor, and I'm in a fucking foreign country where I don't speak the language. Oh my God, I've just talked my way in and out of it in the first fucking 5 minutes of this podcast. Let's have a little bit of tea. So now that dream has gone, I can see the attraction of moving abroad, but I'd think that everybody wanted to be my friend who came over, assuming they would. I'm not sure. Everybody who came over to want to be my friend at my bar wanted something from me. And were trying to rob me. I don't know. Anyway, it has been a fun-packed week this week. There has been a few tribulations at gigs. I shall get to that in a moment. I've been in Beeston. Where else have I been? Leamington Spa. Ryan Mould runs a lovely gig in Leamington Spa. I love that gig. It's fun to try out new stuff. I'm sorry again, like last week, if everything is repeating on me at the moment, but I've just eaten. And for some reason, these headphones are creaking as well. I know you can't hear that noise, but it is very annoying to me. Every time I turn my head, it fucking creaks like fuck. Anyway, I have been in Leamington Spa. I have been in Beeston, Nottinghamshire. And where else? Where was I? Oh, Saturday night. Oh, fuck, yeah. I was in Soham. We'll get to that. We'll get to that motherfucker in a minute. Yeah, so Beeston was just a new material night. I just wanted to go try out new material. That's what we do. Here's what we do. You know the polished gems that you see me do on stage? Yeah? Just agree with that, yeah? The polished gems you see me do on stage, I have to hone those. You know, they don't come out sparkling. I have to hone those, chip away, you know, get one of those fucking rough sanding paper shit on it, you know, take that off, and then I need to polish it up, buff it to a fine shine. So I use new material nights to do that. One of these said new material nights was in Beeston. It's a free night to get in. The guy who runs it is an absolutely lovely guy who I have an awful lot of time for. A lot more time than most people, to be perfectly honest with you. He's a nice guy. So, but because it's new material night, I like to get on and then fuck off. As is the way. It's always nice at a new material night just to fuck off early, do your bit. And why aren't you staying, Ben? Because I've been doing this 17 years now. You can only take so much. That's it, isn't it? Let's have some more tea. Sorry, I'm a bit dry in the old mouth. There we go. Nice bit of silence for you, where you can listen to me swill that down. Yeah, so I'm on first at this new material night. It starts slightly late. I think it was about 10 minutes late. It was starting at 8:10 instead of 8 o'clock. The MC walks on, who also runs the night, is a very nice chap. The MC walks on, and then immediately some fat fuck out the audience says to him, "You're late," like that. It's a fucking free night to get in. You know, it's a free new material night. You've not paid anything, you know. But what happens if they got babysitters? Hopefully this person didn't have children. And then he just talks and talks and talks and just wouldn't shut up. The MC, who runs the night as well, handled it really well. Put him down, shut him up. So then he introduces me. I go on stage. I'm doing a little bit of new stuff and then running through some stuff that I've added stuff to. That old excuse, Benny boy. About 5 minutes into my set, some guy who's sitting next to the fat guy in the audience, and I'm not saying anything about the fat guy. I'm not going to use, he was big boned or anything like that. It was fucking fat. It had eaten too much and done too little exercise. That's where it comes from, people. People are more susceptible to becoming fat fucks. I'm a little bit of a fat fuck myself. In between the navel and the groin, there is fat there. Yeah? I'm proud of it. Be proud. That is food that has not gone to waste. I'm still carrying that food around with me, yeah? So, the guy just comes out with, I can't even remember what it was. It was some nonsense. And I was just like, I'm just trying out new material, mate. I just want to get through it. And he just kept talking and talking and talking. And then I thought, what I'll try and do is connect to this gentleman on a human level. Try and explain what the night's about. Try and explain that you're not actually helping by chipping in. I just want to get through the material. And I know you probably want some attention, but this isn't really the time to do it, you know. And then at one point, as I'm explaining this, he said, "Stop punching me," which was one of the most bizarre things I've ever heard when somebody's like about 30 feet away from you. I don't know how real how long my reach he thought was. But that's a sentence, isn't it? How long my reach he thought was? How long he thought my reach was. That's better, isn't it? And then he did the classic thing, you're getting angry. You're getting... And I was just like, I'm not getting angry. I'm just like travelled a fucking hour or so to try out this new material. That's all I wanted to do, to see if it works and just to get on with the night. And then I sort of like did the thing of like saying, does the audience really want to listen to you? They said no. And he just wouldn't fucking shut up. At the end of it, I was, as I was leaving, I was quite angry. He was right, but a little bit premature on that one. And then apparently the rest of the night was fine because the audience shut him up. They shut them down. After I'd shut them down, the wives came up to apologise for their husband's behaviour. And why not say that at the time? Don't do it sneakily behind your husband's back. And the rest of the acts had a good night. But the thing about that is, it just completely fucked me. That's the thing that annoys me about that. Yes, you can deal with it, but you get 10 minutes at new material night, right? I'm the first act on. I was trying to explain the way it happens to the guy. He's not fucking listening. He's just, going on and on and on, trying to make wisecracks and that sort of thing. And you're just like, I just came up here just to try out some new stuff. That's all I wanted to do, right? I put him down a few times and they just keep talking and talking and talking. And you just can't go. You get that derailed from the bit that you just can't go on with it. So I was pissed off when I left, because I travelled an hour to specifically do some new stuff, and some fucking idiot out of the audience just ruins it. And I was saying that you're literally ruining the night right now. I'm not sure you're aware of this, but the way a comedy night works is the audience are there to enjoy the acts, not to enjoy you. Not to listen to your bullshit. But it's the same thing. Anyone who's ever like that at a gig is exactly the same. They're a fucking blueprint of each other. They're all the fucking same. I swear to God, they're just fucking making them in retarded fucking factories. Oh, don't throw that one away. We'll use that one. That one can go to a comedy night and try and be funny. But he's got a brain injury. Yeah, it's fine. He'll fit in a fucking treat. So that was Thursday night. And because I kind of like get everything written and ready for stage, and you don't want the first time you try any material out to fuck up. You want to give it its best opportunity. Its best run out, just so you can think, oh, fucking hell, yeah, there's something there. Like that's all you want when you do new material on a fucking new material night. All you want is to think to yourself after you come off stage, oh, there's something there. There's something. I might not quite have it yet, but there is fucking something there. You don't want to come off stage and go, I want to fucking beat the shit out of that 70-year-old man. That is not what you're writing material for, to essentially get angry. But there you go. Somebody loves him, don't they? He's got a wife, unless she's just staying with him for the fucking money. He was dressed in a fucking pork pie hat as well, indoors, wearing a hat indoors. Unless it's cold and it's a fucking woolly hat, you're a fucking twat if you wear a hat indoors. Isn't there something about that, some sort of etiquette thing? I don't know. Anyway, so that was that. I had Friday night off, and then Saturday night, holy fucking shit. Saturday night, I was in a place called Soham in Cambridgeshire. Now, here we go. If you're not aware of what Soham is, some people may not be who are listening to this, it is a small village type place. I think it's a village. I think it's a village rather than a town. It's got a wooden sign saying "Welcome to Soham" on it. But Soham is synonymous with something horrendous that happened. As I didn't know this, right? I didn't realise this either. This is what happens when you research horrendous things on the internet that have happened. I didn't realise it was 22 years ago that the Soham murders happened. Basically, the caretaker of the local school murdered 2 of the school kids. And there was a big thing about it. I won't even say the caretaker's name, not even to, actually, I've got to just tell this funny bit. His name was Ian Huntley. He's in prison for murder. I didn't realise it was so long ago, though. This is how time passes, isn't it? I didn't realise that's like 22 years ago. I remember that as clear as fucking anything being in the news. And the search for those girls and the caretaker being on TV, being interviewed and all that sort of shit. And then it turns out that it's him, even though he's helping, look for the fucking girls and that sort of thing. Yeah, it was a horrendous thing. It was a massive thing in this country. And so that happened in Soham. He says, taking another sip of tea. So it's the first time I've ever gigged there. And it was at the local football club there. I was told it was the promoter sent me a message saying it was they're a working class audience but not racist. Which is what you need, isn't it? On a Saturday night. And I was like, to be honest, I was a little bit preoccupied because I know what I'm like, right? All the way there and all the way thinking all week, don't mention Ian Huntley, don't mention Ian Huntley, don't mention Ian Huntley, don't mention Ian Huntley. That's all I was fucking thinking, driving to the gig, waiting in the wings, ready to go on stage, walking on stage, just going, don't say Ian Huntley, don't say Ian Huntley. And I swear to God I was going to go, my worst nightmare was going, good evening, I'm Ian, fuck it. That was my worst nightmare. As it turned out, it was at the local football club. It was busy. There was quite a few people in. They were very working class, I must admit. I didn't test whether they were racist or not. What they were was fucking up for anything. There's very few gigs you do where you can really push an audience and they don't blink. But applaud instead. That was one of those gigs. Like not one person in that room seemed to be, hesitant or nonplussed about any of the dark, fucking horrible material I was doing. So, I am now going to be touring round towns where horrendous events have happened in the past. People seem desensitized to it. They certainly did in Soham anyway. So I'm going to go next stop Hungerford, then Dunblane, then, I don't know, wherever Fred West is from, I'm going to do a gig down that street. And various outside the fucking World Trade Center, like memorial place. Yeah, anywhere where something. Auschwitz. Right in the room where the ovens are. No, in the shower block. That's where I should do it. In the shower block of Auschwitz. Pointing out the nail marks on the inside of the doors and shit. With the audience, like, just on the floor. Sitting on the floor, soaking wet. That could be I've been gigging in the fucking wrong places. That's it. Some more tea there, sorry. I've been gigging in the fucking wrong places. Anywhere there's been a massacre. The States, to be honest. Any sort of like, I should start gigging at high schools where there's been a fucking massacre in the States. sort of like a week later or something. Actually, it might take 22 years. I may not still be around then. But, yeah, I take my hat off to the people of Soham. They were a fucking great audience. The people who run the gig as well are absolutely fantastic. The other acts on the bill were great. I did actually gig with another act. Now, who I'd gigged with before at the Newmarket gig. Now, this was a gig where 12 people walked out, right? You couldn't have two different fucking gigs. And I found out what happened the rest of the night, that night. So the other act on was headlining that gig, and then they were headlining on Saturday in Soham as well. So I was opening Soham. I'd middled like the Newmarket gig. I'm opening this gig. And in the Newmarket gig, 12 people fucking walked out, hurling abuse and that sort of thing at me. And the people who stayed were lovely to me. But there was still a few people who were not particularly happy, who stayed. Now, the headliner goes on that night, who was headlining on Saturday night in Soham. They go on that night, and within about 4 minutes, I think somebody out the audience had called him a cunt or something like that. And he just told them to fuck off and walked off the stage. So I was totally unaware of this. I know that 12 people walked out of my set, but I was totally unaware that the headliner went on. Somebody abused him and he told them all to fuck off and walked off the stage. So I think that was the first night of a new gig for this promoter, that they'd taken over the gig from somebody else. And, yeah, that's not a great night, I don't think. Although said promoter hasn't really booked me again. So, you know, maybe it was more down to me. But like, I felt better about that gig. The fact that the headliner had walked off. I felt less responsible for possibly losing that gig. But, yeah. So it was interesting, and I was laughing my ass off to actually realise what... Because I just fuck off after my set, I missed all that. So, yeah, we were quite laughing about it on Saturday night. Just totally destroyed a gig for somebody. And I know I shouldn't laugh that. It's somebody's business. And I know people would say that. It's my fucking business and that sort of thing. Well, you know, you don't go out to do that, do you? But if it happens, the result of that, it's quite amusing. I found it quite amusing. There, I said it. Yeah, quote me on that. I found it quite amusing. Just how badly, to be honest, when I went off stage, the people who stayed were coming up to me afterwards and like thanking me and that sort of thing and said they enjoyed it. The people who left obviously didn't enjoy it, but there must have been a few disgruntled audience members still in there, and I think they took it out on the headliner a little bit. But he definitely stood up for himself. Oh, fuck me. It's fucking crazy some night. It's fucking crazy. You know, Thursday, crazy. Oh, stop punching me. What the fuck are you talking about, you fucking idiot? You know, people going, because that's, you know, people going, you're offensive. It's a different sense of humour. It's a different sense of humour. You're getting angry at the fact that somebody has got a different sense of humour to you. How fucking ridiculous is that? How fucking ridiculous are some people sometimes? It's like the guy on Thursday tried to do that. Tried to do the sympathy thing, you know, because I'd mentioned certain things and then he went back to it. Oh, because, you know, now you look a fucking asshole, you're going to try and present me as an asshole for the material I'm doing. You didn't have a problem with that in the start. You tried to chip in with something that just wasn't funny and just completely derailed the segment I was doing. But you couldn't hold that in. Fucking Jesus Christ. The entitlement of some people just beggars belief, you know. And he had to do it because his mate fucking said at the start about the night running late and that sort of thing. What a cunt. Anyway, what else have you done? Well, I'll tell you what I fucking did today. Oh, Benny, I went out. Free from the shackles of Briggs Towers, people. I went out on a Sunday afternoon, Ben. Yes. You're fucking right, I went out on a Sunday fucking afternoon. I went out to see a magic show. Don't you hate magic, Ben? Yes, I fucking do. I see no point in it whatsoever. I think they know too much. They've got too many fucking secrets. That's what I think. But I did go to the Charles Bradlaugh this afternoon to watch a magic show. Really, Ben, you've changed. What is this? You trying to fucking impress people? No, I just thought I'd get out of the house. There was two people who are magicians who I know, who are very nice people, and I thought I'd go and support their hours show. That's what I did. I had a full intention of paying. I was told I didn't need to pay, which is lush local celebrity here. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, local celebrity, so I didn't have to pay. Yeah, that's what I get. These are sort of perks of the fucking stand-up world. I get in on a Sunday afternoon at 2 p.m. to see a fucking magic show when I don't even particularly like magic that much. Although I quite enjoyed the show. It was good. It's always more enjoyable if you know the person in it and it's going well. You know, if the show goes well, you know the people in it. You can see them enjoying themselves. You see the audience enjoying themselves. You have a bit of empathy for people, don't you? You know? You want them to do well, don't you? If you like people. You know, if it's somebody I detested, I'd have been fucking heckling indiscriminate shit. Undecipherable shit at the back. Ah, dear. So I watched that this afternoon. That's what I did. And then I came back and I watched the Bill Gates documentary, which is basically propaganda for billionaires. I don't know if you've seen this. Bill Gates has obviously not been working, has not, you know, his reputation has gone downhill a little bit. He got divorced. Didn't he fucking bang somebody? You know for a fucking fact that the person he banged, who he got and then got divorced from, you know for a fact, 100%, they put money over looks, which, to be honest, a lot of people are shallow out there. Which is more shallow? Putting looks over money, going out with somebody just because they're good looking, or banging somebody just because they're attractive, or banging somebody just because they're rich? Which is the more practical thing? You could say that about the people. Yes, they're shallow, but they're more practical than being shallow about looks. Everybody's shallow about everything when it comes to attraction to people, doesn't it? Whatever you're attracted to in this world, whether you like a big fucking ass, big old fucking juicy ass, long legs, fucking big tits. I'm saying this from a male perspective here. Let's include the ladies. Whatever you like. Big thighs, a fucking massive fucking dinkle. You know, big chest, big arms, big neck, you know, beard. I always find that weird when women say that. I like a man with a beard. Do you? That's every man in 2 weeks. You know, you like a man who's been through puberty and hasn't shaved. That's what you're saying. That's your type, is it? That's got to be the most superficial thing ever, hasn't it? To go for. I suppose big tits is the beard for women. Is that it? You can fucking quote me on that. I don't know. Anyway, I watched the Bill Gates documentary, and it's just, if you see through it, see what they do. Hey, I do all this charitable work. It was meant to be, like, it was billed as, this is the next thing that's going to happen in society and that. And it's just like, at one point, he's talking to somebody and says, we need billionaires, don't we? Oh, yeah. And this guy's going, oh, yeah, we need billionaires. We need them to drive on things and, you know, look at things into the future and develop new things. Of course he's going to fucking say that. He's a fucking billionaire. who needs to clean up his image after fucking COVID and pushing that shit down our throats so he could make some money on the fucking vaccine. I don't know, man. I was just like, this guy is... It made me hate him more. You know, I hate him anyway because he's a billionaire. Obviously, they're all evil. You've got to have something fucked up with you to be a billionaire, haven't you? You've got to have that psycho gene, haven't you, I think. I hated him more, actually, after this documentary where he tried... I'd have been... Fucking loved the documentary more, right? If it had just come out and just gone, yes, I'm a fucking billionaire. I'm fucking planning on taking over this, taking over that. I want to leave this fucking thing for the future. And I'm an evil cunt. Deal with it. I'd have been like, well, bravo. At least he's honest. There we go. He's admitted he's an evil cunt. You know, I wonder how much money that woman got that he banged just to hush up the story a little bit. Obviously, it wasn't hushed up that much. You know, being a billionaire didn't help you there, Billy boy. What are we on? We're on 31 fucking minutes. It's been a rambling, bumbling fucking episode. But we've got through it, people. That is it. I hope you have a wonderful week, wherever you are in this beautiful world that will eventually be destroyed by billionaires. There we go. Let's leave on a positive note, shall we? But until then, we shall have a bloody good fucking time, shan't we? Shan't we? Shall we not? That is it, people. Have a fucking great week. Don't go heckling at gigs, whatever you do. Don't be you're better than that, people. And I shall speak to you next week. Take care, motherfuckers.